So I did watch. I got to see a little bit of the Pope on TV. Fantastic. You know.
How could you tear yourself away?
Listen, I'm as Christian as the next guy, but I got to tell you something. The Pope's will work on his delivery. And you can't take, people for granted. You got like Billy Graham and stuff. These guys are, razzle-dazzle the crowd a little bit. They do try to be understood and put a little energy into their delivery.
And there's a flow, when they're talking, they sort of get you into this rhythm, and you can go with it.
I know what the Pope's thinking. He's thinking, hey, I've got the hat and the robes. I don't need to put a lot into my delivery. But you can't take people for granted,
Well, when you're packing 80,000 in the rain.
Give them something to look forward to. The people so badly wanted to get caught up in it, but you just, it got kind of...
I don't know.
Did you see those people?
Have lost some people. In fact, some people, I'm sure, are going to get sick and die as a result of sitting out there in that storm.
How many people do you think will die as a result of sitting in the rain while the Pope...
These are the statistics that are hidden from us.
I know. Giant Stadium looked like one big shower. It was cold.
Yeah, you might as well undress and give them soap.
Oh, and there was all old biddies. I know they're all going to drop dead.
Yeah. I don't know how any old woman... I couldn't have taken sitting out in that.
I saw one old woman. She looked very Ukrainian or Polish or something, and she was. They were interviewing her because she was there for the Pope. She goes... She had no neck. And she had a big blue scarf on and hair as high as to the ceiling.
They always have the hair. They
piled up.
Hardly get the little thing on because the hair's so high.
The hair is always piled up high, and it's a color that isn't known to man.
Right. God didn't make that color for hair.
And she's, the whitest white woman I ever saw. And she looked like the Pope, except for the big high beehive. Instead of the Pope hat, she had the big beehive.
I was going to say she was wearing a dress, but the Pope was wearing a dress.
Wouldn't it be funny if the Pope, underneath his hat, had a big high hairdo? Like that woman? That'd be great.
Goes to the same hairdresser.
Yeah. So anyway, she's standing there, and she goes, I want to see the Pope. I don't care if it rains. I have to see the Pope.
Oh, boy.
And I was just like, well.
Wouldn't you run out of there if that was your crowd?
I think the higher the hair, the lower the IQ.
But it's, because you see a lot of moles, with hair.
It's like, hey, I know you men have a lot of money, but go to a doctor, let him remove that mole with all the hair all over it. But anyway,
and they're all sitting out there in the rain.
The Pope's smart though. He has costume changes.
You think that's what's holding the crowd?
Hey, it worked for Cher. She never did much, and people used to flock to her like crazy.
Because I wonder. I said, the guy is not a dynamic speaker.
No.
What is everybody coming to see?
Well, because he is the Holy Pontiff.
He's a mystic.
He's a mystic. But, but the point is, I know that the crowd gets a little lulled when he starts talking. You know it. They won't admit it, but it's really disappointing because you're sitting in the rain, and, it's exciting. The Pope comes in, and it really is exciting. I watched it on TV. When he walks through the crowd, you get really psyched up. It's, wow, we're with the Pope. We're with the Pope. It's exciting, and everyone's applauding.
The Pope is here.
And he touches people, and he makes the cross. Of course, when he makes the sign of the Holy Cross, it doesn't work because his hand is shaking so bad. If it worked, why would his hand be shaking, right? Okay, so
come on.
So he's like, he's shaking. So
and everybody's waiting for that sign like it's going to do something for them.
I was waiting for the Pope to stop the rain. If he had a clear-cut message to God.
And you know what he said? You remember when Diana Ross was in Central Park and she got rained out?
Yeah.
And she said the rain is for the flowers.
Yeah, she's another rocket scientist.
The Pope said the rain is from God.
It is.
So, it was a good thing.
Yeah.
God was there, and he chose you by raining on you.
That's called spin control. Good. It would have been like this. It would have been like, this beautiful day is a gift from God, so that we could all be together without getting wet. And then if it rains, it's like, the rain is good because it is good for all of us, a sign from God. And then he gets up to make the speech.
So he's got a line for whatever the weather is.
Yeah, whatever the weather. Partly sunny today, high in the 90s. It will be a good day for rain because my giant hat needed watering.
You notice, though, he's not standing in the rain.
No, he was dry as they can be. But it was really kind of funny because this guy gets up and he's making a speech before the Pope. And he gets up and he goes, hey, I want to thank everybody for coming today. And, he's really putting it on. And he goes, and I got to tell you, Everyone here from Seton College. And all of a sudden, all the kids are going, so the Pope is like sleeping on the stage because his eyes were closed. And all of a sudden, he heard everyone applauding. So he just opened up his eyes. He didn't know what the hell was going on. He gave him the sign of the cross and went right back to sleep. It's great.
Well, I heard one guy who said, you know, he came here from Ohio or something, and he said he didn't even have a ticket to anything. He was just going to, like, be wherever the Pope was supposed to arrive and depart, hoping that he might get a glimpse of the Pope in the Pope-mobile or whatever car he might be in at that moment. And he said it would be really important to him. What he wants to see is the Pope make that sign.
Right. I will make the sign for those who got into Giant Stadium and buy one Pope cup. At least one item. And now Stas Stokowski will sing the national anthem in Polish. Anyway, so the Pope...
It's a great gig if you can get it.
It's the best gig if you can get it, although you can't get laid. But I think you can if you really wanted to.
Who's going to know? I mean, certainly you can find people who won't talk.
Right. Get under the robe. Get under the robe and don't make a sound. You think the Pope's ever had a woman since he joined the cleric?
I don't know about this Pope. He seems to really
he loves it.
Be into it.
The lady in the front row with the blue hair, let me hold your high hair. Send me Tempest, stripper. So anyway, the Pope gets up, you know, and everyone's waiting now hours. Rain is pouring on him. It's freezing out. And all of a sudden, the Pope gets up. And he says, don't you know the peace of the world must be exactly the way of the people. And the people must do what the people do at a given day. America is a great place. And you're going, oh my, oofa. Put a little effort in.
Really? You know, we came all this way, it's raining.
Yeah, it was wild. I mean, it was like, come on. I was even talking to Tom Chiusano. He was a little, you know, he is devoted. I mean, this guy has rosary like nobody has ever had before in their lives. I mean, I have rosary.
He's there every Sunday counting his beads.
Oh, even Tom didn't know what he was talking about. I love New York, girls. I love all the people in the world.
But does the Pope know where he's speaking?
Of course I know where I'm speaking. Transylvania.
You know, like yesterday you're in a football stadium. Today they're going to have you at a horse track. He's going to be speaking at Aqueduct.
I'm not good in the mud.
In the mud.
I'm a mudder.
Where's all my Pope tapes? I got a whole bunch of Pope tapes. Some cool stuff. I know Scott just gave it to me and I lost it.
Oh, dear.
Oh, here we go. Because he kind of sounds like, he sounds like Bela Lugosi. You know, he sounds like that guy, Ed, you know, Martin Landau and Ed Wood.
Yeah.
Should it not be strengthened as the guarantee of peace, justice?
And you know these old biddies don't know what he's saying.
No.
I have no home.
Humanitarian concern, whether in the Balkans, in Africa, or in any place where these values are threatened.
Hunted, despised, living like an animal.
Ran out of Pope.
Yeah. Wait, what's wrong with this? A bulb.
Of the international situation.
The jungle is my home.
In order to be a credible forum.
Credit form? No longer credit form.
We take cash or credit.
Cash or credit at the kiosk for a Pope cup.
2 forms of ID, please.
And make it.
I shall show the world that I can be its master.
Issues of fundamental importance for the building of a more human and just world.
I shall perfect my own race of people. A race of atomic supermen that will conquer the world.
Should it not be strengthened as the guarantee of peace, justice, humanitarian concern.
My Italian concern?
I think he meant entire, but
my entire concern.
You know what? Maybe we ought to put some music behind the Pope.
Yeah, we need music.
Pick up on what Bella is up to.
Let me see if I can make that happen. I think I'm onto something here.
Whether in the Balkans, in Africa, or in any place where these values are threatened.
I have no home.
Should it not be reformed to ensure
Fred, that's bumblebees.
that it will be guided by an objective assessment?
Hunted.
Despised.
Living like an animal.
Of the international situation in order to be a credible forum.
The jungle is my home.
The credit forum.
But I shall show the world that I can be its master.
In which to address issues of fundamental importance.
Somebody ought to call the Pope aside and just go, hey, listen. Now, Catholicism is down this year, Pope. You gotta
we're having a problem.
Yeah, I mean, you got to put more effort into the speech. You might as well just give it in Latin. No one knows what's going on. These old biddies in the front row, they're battling the rain out there. Can you imagine they're out in the rain? I know about 15 minutes in, they're like, what the hell are we doing?
And why wouldn't, I'm telling you, they ought to take him around to some of these Protestant services where they're doing healings.
Yeah.
The guy's running up and down the aisle.
He didn't heal one lousy person.
The Pope's doing nothing.
Yeah.
He makes that little sign. That's it.
Why doesn't he, take poisonous snakes and, hand dance with them? I'm knowing many things about the world. Look at the way on all that high hair. I'm going back to the Vatican. I can't handle it. Why do all of you have such high hair? Why? To have such high hair is a ladder to God. And now we will hear from someone very stupid. Gary?
Well, according to our phone callers, the phones are going nuts.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to hell. You really, really, really piss people off. This is a good one.
I'm always pissed with. Come on, it's fun.
You know who's even irritated by you?
Who?
Gambling Dan's mom.
Gambling Dan's mom? I'll throw Gambling Dan out of here with his mom.
But everybody's really pissed off. It's like, this isn't something to be making fun of. He's different. He is. He's a sacred...
He's the Holy Father.
Nobody loves the Holy Father more than me.
Well, there's a bunch of people...
Doesn't the Holy Father have a sense of humor?
Well, there's a bunch of people accusing you of being a full Jew instead of a half Jew.
Well, that's outrageous. My mother is a Christian. Thank you. So I can do the accent.
That's right. But
you mean you can't even comment on the accent?
There's woman called...
Can't comment on the accent.
They don't hear it. Nobody hears the accent.
Nobody hears the accent.
There's one woman called, she's a really big fan of the show, but she's like, today you're out of control. She's like, please, just tell them to leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Thank you.
Jeez.
What are you, my father? Get out of here.
Tell me what the people say.
All right, I will leave it alone.
I'll flunky.
I will leave it alone, Gary. You who do not know anything should leave the room.
Pope.
I would love to be the Pope. I would love to sit in a robe and have people worship me.
Let them bang
until they wake you up.
I would love a hat and a robe.
Yeah, the nice costumes.
And the big smoking...
I think I could get people to follow me.
And a big golden palace to live in.
Oh, what I love that. But I have to have girls.
Smoking pot.
I'd love to smoke pot.
No, your purse smokes.
Oh.
Roll the bone.
I will mumble while you all get wet.
You do have your groupies, the nuns.
Yes. Hello, nuns.
Brides of Jesus, come to me.
Do they think like the Pope, because somebody was, Ralph, as a matter of fact, was explaining to me that the Pope is God's emissary here on earth.
That's true.
And
he's
therefore, since these nuns are supposed to be married to God, they think the Pope is their husband?
Yes. No, really, they do.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
No, first of all, they're not going to have sex with them, but they are married to the church.
Yeah.
And they are married to Jesus and the Pope.
Essentially, that's their guy.
Yeah. And these are cloistered nuns who you saw out in the crowd.
Yeah. These women haven't seen the light of day.
Well, they get to see these other broads.
The only time they've been wet in their lives.
Oh.
Sister Maria, you are looking very beautiful.
And why do they always have those wacky names like Sister Mary Anthony?
Well, that's the whole thing.
Sister Tony Roberts.
Sister Maxwell Smart.
We were going to go over and see the Pope. I couldn't get tickets. I really was. I was going to go over with Ralph. We were going to check out the whole thing.
Yeah, you couldn't. You didn't have any pull in this area.
I didn't. Rock concerts, I'm right in. I wanted to check it out.
Call Ron Bells now.
Because most Christians have come up to me and said that they did not get the feeling that they wanted when they saw the Pope. I said, that's because you can't relate to what he's saying and stuff. If he just marched around, you'd really get the feeling. I said, because when he was marching in to the church the other day.
That has the feeling.
With President Clinton, that got me. I forgot all about OJ, and I got very emotional, and I was like, yeah, hey, this is really great, This is cool, there's some good in the world. And then he started rapping, and he lost me. He was just like, and don't tell me, I don't care.
Every time I've seen him, I haven't seen any of these processions or anything. Every time I've seen him, I've caught him talking.
Yeah.
And he's lost me right away.
Yeah. Maybe if we had a bigger diamond vision, we could get a better audience attention. So, in conclusion...
But he slurs his words. He doesn't even care. He runs through those sentences.
He's an old guy.
He doesn't care if you get it.
That's like Jackie on his shows.
I got your money, you bastards. I don't care if you like it or not. Just line up for the Pope on a rope.
What is it?
There's a guy on the phone. He's not screaming angry, but he's going to explain to you why you're very wrong.
Oh, please.
He's got an explanation.
Yes, sir.
Howard, I love you.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Stop with the religious paranoia.
I'm a big fan. No.
I love everybody. We can make fun of religion and ethnic groups all day.
Everybody else is religious.
As soon as you say the Pope has a funny accent, everyone wants to go, oh, you can't say the Pope has a funny accent.
No,
screw that.
That's not the point about somebody get under the robe, and you got to understand.
No, I understand everything.
Howard.
I understand that nobody has a sense of humor when it comes to themselves.
Sense of humor. I've been listening.
No, you don't. You don't have a sense of humor. You don't.
We found your limit.
We found your limit.
Yeah, you pushed my button.
That's right. So that's the idea.
But I'm going to keep listening. I'm not going to not stop listening.
Of course, there's nothing else to listen to. You're going to sit and listen to shows that don't talk about anything. They talk about the weather.
Yeah, but you have a lot of fans that want to listen.
Oh, stop it.
And see the humor in it, but sometimes...
So then turn it off. That's all.
No, I don't want to turn it off.
No, turn it off.
No,
because you love it.
Take it. Why can't you take it if he talks about the Pope?
Go back and cheat on your wife.
I'm a hypocrite. I can't turn you off, but I want to be able to call you and express my views and say, hey, come on, you may be going over the line.
You have to admit, when the Pope started talking, it was hard to follow. True?
He speaks too many languages. There's too many...
That's right. He's a brilliant man. He speaks a lot of different languages.
That's right.
But you got to admit, when he started talking, you were not paying attention. Don't admit it.
I know he doesn't have that high hair under his hat.
Right.
Because if you see, he didn't get a good trim.
Yeah, but come on.
The little hairs are sticking out.
You know what it is, Howard? After this OJ thing, for me as a Catholic...
Hey, I'm a Catholic too,
Yeah, I know. That's why you were off for Yom Kippur.
Well, I have to do both. My old man gets pissed if I don't follow Judaism, and my wife is Jewish.
We understand that.
All right, so give me a break.
But wait a second. In this crappy world that we're in right now, for this man to come here, it just gives some people some hope.
It gave me hope, too.
For this man to come here?
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
It gave them comfort.
Well,
no. He didn't.
It gave him comfort from the blacks.
You know what? You know what? You're right.
It gave him religious comfort from the blacks.
Right, it's all white. I see a white, and he says, and look at the Pope even dressed in white.
Safe from the Negro.
The Negroes have dealt
does not exist.
this country a terrible blow in the OJ Simpson verdict. And because the Negro in this country is out of control, I offer you peace and tranquility.
I am like Mighty Mouse.
You know,
Here I come to save the day.
You know, the Negro is feeling very full of himself.
Somehow this call didn't go the way I intended.
You started it.
Yes, you're right, I did.
Don't worry, man. We all love Jesus. You know that. It's just kind of funny, the whole Pope thing and the cups and all that.
And the sign. Did you get
fun.
the sign?
Yeah, come on. It's fun.
You got to admit, though, there's not too much to grab onto in these things.
Hey, I'm grabbing on with you. I saw the Pope, and you know what?
He's got long
The
rope.
Pope helped me forget about OJ and everything else, too. So I know the feeling. It gives you a feeling of calm. We all know that.
Fair enough. Okay,
it's a funny delivery, that's all.
It's a good battle, though, the Pope and OJ, saying who will get more media attention.
OJ is winning. I hate to say it.
Far.
Unfortunately, that's true.
That filthy OJ has ruined my trip. Do you know that my ratings would have been 10% higher had it not been for OJ and his murders?
Do you realize that a Pope show was preempted by OJ the other day?
That's wrong. You see, that's the thing you should be upset about. When the Pope is preempted for OJ.
You gotta have your Pope show.
Pope is trying to get pay-per-view. He can only get a $3 million advance.
I can deal with
Pope-per-view.
the accent and all I can deal with. I can't deal with picturing somebody under his robe.
The Pope isn't going to take anyone in his robes.
I get a little nervous with that.
Don't worry about it. He's got nobody under the robe.
Why? Do you think he might?
Boy.
I don't know.
He would never do that.
No, but you're planting these thoughts in my head, Howard. You have a way of planting these sick thoughts in
Well,
your
then turn off the radio.
You know what I love, though? The news that comes out of these things is the Pope walked in.
The Pope.
And he greeted a group of school children.
Hello, Minneapolis. I mean, New York.
By kissing them all on the head.
Right. I am upset with the Negroes. All the white people are upset with the Negroes over the OJ verdict. OJ, from what I could see, the glove did fit. And I would like to say, if he had addressed the OJ issue, it would have been much higher rating.
He would have gotten right on.
I would have been. I was on a Stairmaster trying to pay attention to the Pope.
Yeah.
And I got to admit, I had to switch to MTV. Because you can't Stairmaster and listen to that Pope.
All I know is that the other day when all the OJ verdict came down, they were supposed to have this pre-Pope show.
Yeah.
Because the Pope was coming the next day.
Right.
And a little crawl came across the screen that the Pope was preempted.
By OJ.
By the OJ.
See, if he had addressed OJ yesterday in the rain, I think those people would have been a lot happier.
They'd have come back.
I know the OJ is guilty. The verdict, when I heard it, knocked off my hat. We should all get together and throw meatballs at the defense lawyers.
And hit them with our smoking purses.
Right.
Somehow I think people are wondering why this guy called. I only made things worse.
You kept us talking about it. We were about
I was almost done with it.
I'm going to give myself a big pat on the back for this one.
I want to tell you something, young man. Are you upset about the Negroes? Yes, you are, right?
Yeah, I would have to say I am.
What you must do is take away their welfare and take away this affirmative action. And then please step over to my kiosk and buy a CD featuring me.
You start to sound like my buddy Bob Grant when you talk like this.
Would you like a free T-shirt?
How about a Pope watch?
How about a Pope watch?
My eyes glow in the dark.
I got some Pope on a rope left.
Somehow the Pope has turned into Bela Lugosi.
I know.
Someday I will perform my greatest miracle. I will clear up traffic by leaving town.
Dude, don't worry, man. We all dig him.
All right,
man.
He's a cool dude.
He's a cool dude in a loose mood. It's just,
Howard, you're still the best.
Thank you, brother.
I'll see you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
Good morning, my brother.
This is King of all messengers. Haven't heard from you in a while.
Peace be with you. I've been very, very busy, Howard, working 6 days a week, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, I had to start working.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Instead of sitting in your basement making phony phone calls and ignoring your family, you've actually been working.
That's correct, Howard.
All right.
From 5 a.m. till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Sundays included.
So upset.
All right, King, let's hear what you've got.
Okay, to celebrate the Pope...
By the way, the King of all messengers is featured prominently in my book.
Yeah.
Thank you kindly.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, to celebrate the Pope coming to New York, I made a phony phone call to a religious channel and extended an invitation to the Pope.
All right.
Here you go.
The King is Christian, by the way.
In the world is like at a football stadium, and I hang around sports all the time. Mm-hmm. One light in the football stadium won't light this stadium. You put 1,000 lights up there, like 1,000 individuals, and you can light up the stadium. We can light up the world if we all do it. But our first call to Dr. Dykes is Larry from Chicago. Larry, you're on Alternate Views Live with Dr. Dykes.
Good morning, Dr. Dykes. I can't believe I got through. I'm a first-time caller from Chicago. My name is Larry Sloman. And you talk about turning on the light. There's plenty of excitement around Chicago with the Pope coming to the United States soon. Our choir group has been one of many selected to perform for the Holy Father, and he has been invited to the fisting of Mancow Mueller by Howard Stern.
Let me get those calls over there, and then set up by Howard Stern. I see them coming in on.
Oh, is that right?
Larry King gets it too.
Right. Well, see, the thing about it is here, as you well know, they don't monitor any calls or anything. We just accept the calls as they come, and we're glad to have them. This is.
Wow.
It'd be an honor.
Funny. Pope's been invited to the fisting.
Imagine.
Imagine the Pope shows up.
Imagine the coverage.
Imagine because the Pope doesn't really seem to know where he is, so it's like, I would like to say this is a great occasion.
Okay, Mancow, bend over.
I want to say, does that hurt? And I want to say how happy I am to see that the radio wars have been won by Howard Stern. Ah, yes. Bless you all, and good night. Visit my kiosk. Hey, you, I need a new hat. Holy mackerel. By the way, how many Negroes are here that support the OJ verdict? Even a blind man could see that the OJ did it. How do you do it? Find OJ innocence. No wonder the white man is so upset with the Negroes. No more welfare. No more affirmative action. That's it. The party's over. Unless they put OJ back in the jail. Thank you. That would have been comforting.
Wow.
If the Pope had come out with that. Made a statement.
The Pope doesn't even know what's going on.
You don't think so? I don't know. The Pope said he did watch the OJ verdict.
That was written for him. You know,
really?
I've been thinking
you think
about
so?
those statements he makes.
I think Johnny Cochran writes his speeches. You do? No, because they asked the Pope. They said, did you watch the OJ verdict? And he did say yes.
He looks over at a guy and goes, yes, I watched.
Really? You think that's what's going on? I don't know. I think the Pope's a little more worldly than that.
Signals.
I thought the verdict was read. What a stupid country. A guilty man gets set free, and then thousands and thousands pay money to see me in the rain. Leave me alone.
I'm actually going to see him tomorrow.
Are you really?
Yes.
You're going to see the Pope?
Yes.
You got backstage passes?
My daughter's school, my wife put my brother-in-law's name in for a raffle, and he won. And the school called up, and he has an extra ticket. So I says, if he's not playing...
Where's the one called King of all messengers?
Who is the one who made the call?
I understand you made the phony phone call to the station where they were discussing the lighting of the stadium. How could you do this, King of all messengers?
You know what I love about the Catholic Church? They do everything by a raffle.
Yeah.
Everything's a raffle.
Everything's gambling.
That's correct.
And now I would like to say something very important. 028.
Bingo!
I used to work in a carnival in Poland. 3 balls for 25 cents to knock off my hat. What?
Who wants to dunk the nun?
They should set up Giant Stadium like a giant carnival.
Oh, my God. Howard, you're committing a mortal sin.
No, I'm not. I love the Pope. I'm going to go see him. I got backstage passes.
Wow.
I'm going to be partying with him.
Oh, you're going to get to kiss the Pope's ring?
I would
Get your filthy lips off my ring.
I like to play some of my calls for him.
Yeah.
I'm sure that would entertain the Pope.
You got any good phony phone calls to the drugstore when you ask for condoms? Hi, dude.
Thank you. Stay well. I love you, Howard.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Love you.
Thank you.
Love you, too.
Baby.
You know, Robin, that I make phony phone calls to Jews.
The Pope makes phony phone calls?
To the Jews.
Why the Jews?
Because they do not believe in our Savior, Lord Jesus Christ.
So what do you say?
What do I say in the phony phone call?
Yeah.
If I tell you, though, you must not tell anyone because they will know it's the Pope. Do you promise?
I promise. You have my word.
Swear on the Holy Father.
I'll raise my right hand.
All right, I believe you. When I call the Jews, it is a simple phone call.
What do you say?
What?
What do you say?
I'm an old man. It takes me time to build.
Hello, Jews.
Hello, Jews. No, what I do is I open up the phone book and I look for Goldstein or Goldman or Schwartz.
They can't fool you.
They can't hide. And I love all religions, even the fat Buddha. But it's fun to just goof once in a while and let your hat down. I say hello. This is Moish.
Moish?
Yes.
Moish who?
I pretend I am a Jew. I go, this is Moish. Is your refrigerator running?
My refrigerator.
And then when he says yes, I say, catch it. Catch it, Jew.
That is what the Pope is busy doing in the Vatican?
That's right.
How big is the Vatican phone bill?
I put it on the 1-900 number.
Graham loved to make phony phone calls.
Graham, the Pope would say good.
Yeah, it's called comedy, Rob.
I do wear a beanie.
I mean, I tried to get tickets to the Pope. I can't get them.
I was going to ask, because you keep saying this guy's Christian. What do you mean by that?
Who? King of all messengers?
Yeah.
I mean, he was Catholic.
Oh.
He's like me, Italian Catholic.
All right, because you keep saying this person's a Christian, I'm a Christian.
Well, we're all Christians.
Aren't Catholic.
Well, we're all Christians, though, you know.
Yes, but all Christians aren't Catholic.
And I would hope everyone who listens to the show is Christian.
Is the leader of the Catholics.
Right.
You know.
We would hope that everyone who listens to the show will be converting this week to being a Catholic. Catholicism, yes.
I am not converting, so why should anybody else?
I see.
There was pretty funny. I was looking in the paper today. They have some nuns, you know, like who dress like Mother Teresa. And they were in garbage bags.
Yes, she is a very hot dresser.
You know, they were in that Mother Teresa outfit.
They were wearing garbage bags?
And they put garbage bags over to, you know, keep them safe from the rain.
Right.
They didn't even have those little slickers. The little white-haired ladies had their rain slickers.
Yeah.
The nuns didn't even have rain slickers.
That's wrong.
They had garbage bags.
What's underneath?
What? Be quiet, all right. He's over there doing something. All right. I got to go. I got to take a break from the show. And don't forget Brown Fingers tonight on the E! Show. We'll be back. Brown Fingers, my favorite, with that smoky bastard Scott the engineer. All right, we'll be back right after this.
Ron Paul is hoping for better weather for today's outdoor mass. He's going to be at New York's Aqueduct Racetrack.
I am requesting that the sun will shine for the service at Aqueduct, the big A. Who's running, Rob?
Who do you want in the fifth?
Who is running in the fifth?
Last night, more than 82,000 people braved a drenching rain for a mass at Giant Stadium in which the Pope excoriated the United States for its changing attitude toward immigration.
Why are you changing the immigration?
Let the Pope speak.
Oh, the Pope. He does a better job.
And these, the homeless, tempest of to me,
what?
Is present-day America becoming less sensitive, less caring towards the poor?
Yeah, let him live in California with everybody streaming into the country. We got to pay for it. Who's he kidding? Is he out of touch?
These are Catholics streaming into the country.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing that's going on. We want more immigrants in your country while I am safely tucked away in Italy. No, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying the abortion rap either.
Yeah, because he was carrying out about abortion law.
No, enough with the abortion.
Meanwhile, a new poll confirms that many American Catholics do not agree with the Pope's position on the role of women and married people in the church. 60% of Catholics surveyed by CBS News and the New York Times say women should be allowed to be priests.
Of course.
33% say they shouldn't. The Pope has refused to even consider ordaining women. 58% of those polled say priests should be allowed to marry, which the church also forbids. The Pope says that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
He had to do it this way.
Yeah, why should I give
Everybody else has got to do it this way.
I'm not going to make it fun for some other guy. I want to go to OJ's hot tub. But I cannot. Because of the vow of celibacy. I cannot go to the hot tub. And furthermore, let in everybody to your country. What do I care? How much does it cost to educate these people anyway?
More Catholic schools.
You are all just upset with your blacks because they let off OJ. That will pass. And if I have to keep my penis in my pants, so will the rest of the priests. Now get lost. And why does OJ not want the black meat? Only the white meat. Why? He should have talked about OJ. Everyone would have been, because I know.
Riveted.
Everyone would have been riveted.
Even in that monotone that he does it in?
Yeah.
That would have been riveting?
Of course. Oh, OJ talk? Are you kidding? I was not happy with the OJ.
See, you're putting too much in it. It says, I was not happy with the OJ.
And I understand the man wanted the white meat. Now,
there's not even a pause. He just goes on. He doesn't.
The white meat.
Periods, commas.
Is good for the black man I know. The black man likes the big white butt, and I know that too. But what you gonna do? Now he's with Perla Babiari. I'm telling you, if he talked about OJ, it would have been big.
Listen to Cardigan and tell me he ever stops.
All right, so the man has to work on his delivery.
If he might have talked about OJ, people missed it.
The old biddies in the rain were getting soaked, and they were like, what are we doing?
And these, the homeless, tempest of to me, is present-day America becoming less sensitive, less caring towards the poor, the weak, the stranger, the needy. It must know.
Home, I have no home.
Home, I have no home.
Perfect. My own race of people. A race of atomic supermen that will conquer the world.
He really does sound every day more and more like Bella.
I am weary. Close the casket.